Hello, we're trying to put finishing touches on this watercolor. I did this watercolor yesterday, was not that happy with it. Uh, did this sketch yesterday, came out pretty good. So just I did this morning. You can see the video. I think it's should be posted already of how we got to this point. And I'm thinking that with just some strategic um, you know, brush strokes. I don't like all these dark lines on here. I don't want to do that again. But so let's see how it goes. First thing I want to do is put a shadow. If anything's good on this painting, is the shadow. It looks half decent, right? And another thing, would be good is have a background. I'm going to just start with the background. Uh, there's a little yellow paint on my brush, but that's okay because I want the background to be kind of like beige anyway. Okay. Uh, this is a paint, Daniel Smith paint. I forgot what it's called. I'll look it up and leave it in the comments later. It's kind of an off-white, and we do have that little yellow thing happening. So, having a background is a good idea too. It promotes depth. I'm going to add some yellow ochre now, just to get a different tone, slightly different tone there. Okay. Leave this area light just to have, different tones in the background. Use some water to just smear things around a little bit. So we do have this area light helps to, and this looks pretty dumb over here, but so what then? We're gonna just, maybe we'll cut it off slightly on that side with a frame later. All right, so this is a Daniel Smith color in the Primatech family, and I think it's called Hematite Genuine. So we're going to just start with that. And so the thing about shadows, you want a warm color in the shadow, this part of the shadow is closest to you, and a cooler color in the part of the shadow that's farther away. So here, just trying to say hello, I'm a shadow. It looks pretty bad, but wait. Okay, we'll just do that and leave this, rough edge there. Now I'm gonna try to get some blue in there for the rear area. I'm mixing blue with a slight bit of green just to have a little bit of variety. So having the blue should make this part of the shadow look like it's farther away than the reddish part. So do another little doodad there, which doesn't look that great, but we'll find out later if it's all going to add up to, a good looking background. So I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, looks terrible, but whatever. We can add more layers, and here is a color called neutral tint. And let's see. Okay, does not look good, but doesn't look bad either. Okay, so maybe that'll be fine for now. What I thought about doing to make this thing pop is if I could see the the really darks there, and like here and right there. If I could just hint at those, uh, then oh hi Jose, hi Gilbert, hi Galaxy, and hi Chelsea. Thank you for coming to my live as we attempt to turn this watercolor into a riveting, uh, exciting painting with depth. Okay, so next I'm going to take some violet and mix it with a neutral tint, the neutral tint being kind of a dark color, and let's see if I have like a piece of paper to see. Here's the electric eraser. Let's see what that, see, well, that's kind of a purplish thing there, so we could try that in a strategic area. Like right here is a very good dark, and I don't know if my little thing is dark enough, going with more neutral tint. So let's see. Oh, okay. And then right here, there's a little corner. Okay, and then this. Okay, then there's definitely, we could use some definition right here. So I'm just gonna go right next to this white highlight we already have. And that looks pretty bad, but let's just blot it up like partially so it's not so pronounced. It's not blotting up. So I'm gonna put some water. There, now it's blotting up. There, now it looks better. I mean, it's a little bit dark here, a little bit dark there, but it's light through here, so it kind of helps with some definition. This is a big place right here. This one right here is a big place for that a shadow will help with depth. And for that, let's try a dark green, which I have one called Undersea Green, and we're gonna mix that with some of the Primatech Hematite Genuine, and that way we aren't using the green straight from the tube, which I don't know why that's sort of frowned upon. You gotta mix the colors. So here goes. It's a big critical line here. So let's goes here. So actually this is a round. It comes out and then goes right there. And let's see, then is like a little area here. There, we successfully made the little cute little area. Nice. And let's see if we can help this round area. Wow, that looks good. Take a little highlight out here. Okay, I'm gonna try to remove some of this paint right here to get a highlight. That's already dried this a few hours ago, so we may not be able to lift off a lot of paint there, but even so, if we can get a little bit off and just say hello or a highlight, that'll really be great. And try to blot. Oh, wow, got it a lot off. Okay, cool. Try to get more shape. Looking good, sort of. But what about the rest of the painting? Now the rest of the painting must catch up with this. So anyway, let's see. I'm gonna go here, try to accentuate that roundness there. So it's a good, this is like one of the most forward areas of the subject. So if we have contrast right there, that's good, because the closest area with contrast will appear the closest. All right, next let's try like a reddish. I want to get a reddish. Again, we got to mute the red. Okay, reddish, muted. Here we go. So this, oh, you can't really see it on there, but right here, there's like a dark red right by this highlight that's right there. So it's when painting from life and trying to show a video of what you're doing, it's really impossible to get the exact look with the camera. The camera always looks different than what things look like with the naked eye. But anyway, we are trying. Now, the bottom edge here has a shadow, a reflection from the cloth, and I'm going to do that same as here with a muted blue, even though that's an exaggeration of the, actual color. Just the contrast will hopefully say, hi, there's something different about me compared to the other painting areas. So let's see. I'm going to just accentuate this blue with a darker blue grid, and then here I'm going to hint there. Now, it's not always good to have two of the identical values at two different stages, this one close, that one far, because the same color is going to look the same distance away to the eye. So I'm having second thoughts about that one. Anyway, I'm going to put a little here, come what may. So that does pop. That's really nice, right? I don't know if we want to have the identical one here, but let's try it out, see what happens. I can't tell if that looks good or not. What else? I'm just trying to see if anyone's actually watching. Anyway, go back to this area, because that we really got to pronounce in a big way. So I'm going to go here with this darkish color, and then that I see there's like a thing here, a shadow, but it's also like a reflective area like this, and that goes straight over, which looks weird. I mean, it's going to be a challenge to make this look good, but maybe if I'm going to try to unload some of the paint right there. I was just watching another guy saying you gotta be loose and relaxed when you paint. I mean, he was doing oil painting, but I think that still rings true. Anyway, I don't think it would hurt to lift off some of this paint. There is a bunch of highlights right there. I don't know if I really got the good position of the highlight with that, but let's see. And then let's do a really good one here. We're just gonna rub water on here for a minute and try to blow it up. Yeah, a lot came off of that. So now, because of all that contrast, this area looks like it's in front of that area. That's a no-go. We don't want that. That area is behind this area. So anyway, I'm gonna try to get a highlight right here. At least we have some paint on the paper to work with. So here we go. That's good. So that's a good highlight. And then here I'm going to put a little orange here, just because that's in the reference that way, is like some orange there. So that's good. And we want to go into that, highlight to help to say, hello, I'm a realistic highlight. Okay, and then this, that's dumb. Okay. Okay, and then we want to soften this one so it's not so much contrast. I like this little white thing here, but everything else we want to soften it. So what color to soften with? It is, well, there's red here, so let's try to add red there. It's like a murky red that is mixed with the green. And when it comes to murky colors, we are pretty much the experts around here. All right, I don't know if that's good or not. And let's go here. And then let's try to get some real green in there. Okay, this is kind of, I don't know, sometimes can be a fluorescent green, but it was just be, you know, live on the edge of chance here. Yeah, it doesn't really look good, does it? No. So we blot that up, then it's faint. Now it's a faint green thing, so try a little over here just to the heck of it. Yeah, it's starting to look like, you know, there is a green representation. And let's go with a darker green. Okay, let's go with dark green here. There's a highlight right there. And there's a highlight there. This is green mixed with red when, as far as the subject goes, as far as the painting goes. It's hard to say what's going on in this painting right now. Okay, here I'm gonna do a fictional tomato leaf. That looks terrible. What the heck? Oh well. That does not look good. That's the problem with made up. Hey, what's this? Oh man. I think we're reaching a conclusion here. Now we got a little, I don't know if that's a pig nose or a plug place. Anyway, how about we just take some green and say hello, I'm a tomato leaf. Yeah. Well, we said we were either gonna pop or plop. I think we're leaning to plop now. Let's just show there, get some more green here. And this. And there's not really any more green in this area. There's a little bit here. Well, that was a good stroke right there. I don't know if you noticed, but that was really pops. Okay. So let's try to get one more highlight. I guess right here is the good place for one more highlight. Just rub it with water. There, I guess that's good. I don't know. Let's get a little more off there. Oh, and then having this a little bit dark will help us to, you know, establish the shape. So on the actual thing, this is a reflection off this napkin. And but if we could get a dark thing going all the way through here, a darker reddish orange, then that would really be good. So I got the red. It's looking pretty good. Let's see how that translates here. again, we don't want to have the same tone at different levels, like close, not so close, and farther away, because the same tone's going to look the same distance away from the viewer. So for that reason, this will blot up here a little bit. And well, it looked better before. Let's put that back and try to hold this up. Maybe here we could take out a highlight. And there's a really strong highlight here. Try to get that off, okay. That's looking good. Wow, that's a nice one right there. Look at that. This area, kaboom, nice job. And then here we want to get another highlight out happening. So just take it right off here. I'm sorry about this. What the heck? Maybe we can cut it off later. I don't know. All right, we could probably fix up the shadow a little bit now. We're going to take a blue hematite color, which is, you know, related to the Primatech line. This, I'm going to add blue plus this. All right, so this is critical juncture here because we want to be done. I gotta go someplace right now, and let's see. Okay, we got that blue. Now I'm gonna take a damp brush and see if I could just spread this around a little bit so it looks more natural. Okay, I don't know about this area. Anyone have an opinion about this area? It could be a thing, or it could be, I guess I'll leave it in. Now we want to go a little warmer for this next level here. And that looks kind of good. They say, you know, having a cutting board is a good, you know, prop for a heirloom tomato painting. I was very confused about what to do with the thing. I have it on a shipping box just to get it close to my closer to my field of vision. And another thing here, I just wanted to get a stronger highlight right there, so rub it with water and hope for the best. Oh yes, look at that, strong highlight. All right, it still looks pretty bad, but it looks okay too. Let's look at it from a distance. Wow, it looks pretty bad from a distance. But we're getting there. Let's see. I guess gonna just try to add a couple more of these darks here. Or darker. Definitely could use a darker dark in the shadow. Let's try to put a very dark in the shadow just to say hello, I'm here, I'm the shadow. Might not look dark right now because of the light reflecting, but okay, that's a darker dark in the shadow. Just go a little darn here. And we could use a darker dark right there somewhere. And I guess that this is the area for it right there. And let's see if we can just do one dark going like this. And where should that end up? I guess it should really go all the way here. Okay, and then maybe this here. There, So here we are saying, hi, I'm the tomato leaf, you know, and by just doing, you know, dots, at least we're going a little bit off the beaten trail of, you know, a silly looking line. And let's just try to go this line here. And then of course we got this thing. My original thought here was we were just going to do each one of these sections like as a separate thing. So I guess here we're holding the breath and try to see if we get a shadow looking thing here. So this we want to spread it so it's more of a shadow than a line. And what about this little white area? Do we need it there or we don't need it there? I don't know. Let's try to mute. There we go. We muted it. And this highlight is actually there, but it's not quite that big. Let's try to go a little littler. Okay, I don't know. Oh, this highlight is not there, but it is a reflection there. So I guess that's like, you know, a bit of poetic license. Let's see if we can just make it a little bit more. There we go. And this, if I sort of say hello, I'm part of the thingy. Well, I gotta go. It's a big improvement. I'm just gonna go hit this highlight one more time. No idea if this is good or not. Lots of fun. Thanks for joining me on my live. Very much appreciate it. And so we're doing this tomato.